Well, let's keep rolling on with the champs, huh?
Well, let's keep it going.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah. And we've got more smiling, positive faces than what we saw at the beginning.
Yeah, he might not be feeling physically so hot, but guys, please welcome the AEW Men's World Champion, Hangman Adam Page.
Sorry, guys, I'm moving a little sluggish here.
Congrats.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Congrats, Hangman.
Hangman, I feel like you were potentially less than 100% even coming into this match after what happened on Dynamite.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you guys just put yourselves through it out there. How are you feeling right now physically?
Rough. Yeah, just honestly rough. But that's a job. You feel rough and you just, well, you know this. You get up and you do it again. So get up, do it again. I'll be there Wednesday. That's how it goes.
Let's go.
Question for the Men's World Champion.
Mark Quill, Wrestling Observer.
Hello.
Congrats on the victory. You said prior to the match, you said that Kyle Fletcher was not ready. After the battle that you two had, do you feel that he is ready now?
Jesus. He was more ready than I anticipated, I think. There was a point where he hit a brain buster on me, and I managed to kick out, but I lost for a minute, lost strength, lost feeling in the right one. And I'm throwing clotheslines at him, and I'm frustrated because they're like, I'm trying with my brain's doing it, but nothing's happening. Like it won't go. And he lingered on that too long. He relished on that too long. And instead of just trying to capitalize, he pulled the turnbuckle pad off, tried to set me up top and do it on that. He made a mistake. That's what I meant when I said he's not ready. Because you have to keep your composure, and he couldn't tonight. I hope that the next chance that he gets, whenever that comes, he will, because I want the best out of him. I know how young he is. I know how much he loves this. This is a lot of, like all of us, this is his life. This is his life's work, but it's also his life, and he's going to be around for a very long time, I think. So I want more from him. I want better from him. I demand it, because I think one day, eventually, he may be able to hold this, but he couldn't do it tonight because he wasn't ready, lost his composure. That's what I meant when I said I said he wasn't ready. Yeah.
Hey, Hangman, Gervier Bra from Screen Off Script. So a few years ago, I saw you main event the first All Out against Chris Jericho, and you came up short. But now it's years later. You're the guy that's carrying the ball. We've seen Will Ospreay get injured. We've seen Swerve get injured. And now Kenny Omega wasn't able to be on the card. How do you feel like you felt coming into this card where the pressure was all on you? It felt like the ball was all in your hands. How did you feel about the pressure going in? And after the match, how do you feel about the result of everything? And how are you feeling after your performance?
I all in against Mox, I had so much help. Like I'll never deny that. And I don't think anyone laid a hand on Mox. They just fought the Death Riders off. But I had so much help. I had so many people behind me. And I have that night, and since then, I have watched nearly each and every one of them disappear. They're hurt. There things going on. And it's heartbreaking because, I had that support, and I was starting to, be a better version of myself. And I was kind of looking forward to what those friendships could be like. And then poof, they're gone. And then it's just me with this championship by myself. That's pressure. This championship coming into it alone is pressure. Getting the Don Callis family out of tonight's match, making sure that it was just one-on-one, me and Kyle, was a great reassurance. But I knew it wasn't going to be an easy thing. And afterwards, as much as he may have made a mistake there at the end, I know that if he had not made that mistake, I might not be at the scrum tonight. It might be him. So that's pressure too, because I know there's another one. There's another one coming, and there's another after that, and there's another after that. It's inevitable. That is the pressure that I would feel. I do feel as champion, but that's the job. You get up and you do it again until you can't. So I'm glad that I still can now, and I'm just going to keep going until the wheels come off.
Hey, Hangman. Amin El-Sharif from Ring Control. You've been doing this at the highest level for so many years. You've had so many title wins and main evented stadiums, all kinds of stuff. How do you keep raising the bar at this level of your career?
It's not necessarily like a conscious effort. Every match, your body's starting to get worn down more and worn down more, and it takes more and it takes more to make sure that you can hold on to this. So, the bar is getting raised for me in that respect. And I've just got to keep climbing to continue to reach it, I think.
Adam, congratulations, Johnny, from the Johnny I Pro Show. And I got to say, you've defeated so many greats. Now, what is next for you as well? What is your dream match, if you could think of one?
That's a great question. As far as a dream match, I don't know. I've never really been the kind of one to like have a dream opponent or dream match or, I don't know. I think we shot around All In. We shot some documentary stuff, and I sat down for a long interview that, it got long and I got comfortable, and I really started thinking about what all of this has meant to me. I think one of the questions was similar, like what have you always wanted out of this? And, there was never like a crowd that I wanted to be in. Like, that wasn't my goal. There was never, this championship, as much as it does mean to me, obviously it didn't even exist when I started wrestling. There was never like the innate drive to like, my goal is to be the world champion. Like, what I wanted from professional wrestling was to have a place, and earn my way into it and feel accepted into that world. That's all I wanted. Whether it was 10,000 people, whether it was 10 people, I just wanted to be accepted into this so bad. And I still do every time. And that's every match, I'm going into it thinking, the bar here, the bar around the world is so high. I've got to continue to climb, to continue to reach that, continue to be accepted here. That's what I've always really wanted out of wrestling. So not necessarily a dream opponent. Holding this world championship is certainly like a dream achievement, but more than anything, in my entire career, it's just been to kind of figure out where in the world I belong. And I'm glad, because I think I've figured that out.
2 more questions for Hangman.
Hangman, John Pollock from Post Wrestling.
Hi.
Obviously today, the big story was this head-to-head competition between AEW and WWE. And I just wanted to get some of your thoughts maybe on the vibe of the locker room going into this, and especially you and Kyle with what was on your shoulders, perhaps to put a punctuation on this show. How much is that story permeating in the locker room, and what was the overall attitude of what today meant?
That's a great question. And because I think that the assumption would be it's what we're talking about, it's what we're worried about. But the honest truth is that it's not remotely. It's something that we see coming. When it does happen, it's like, okay, yeah, I figured. And it's not something we're thinking. We're so focused on what we do here. We've got how many people here today? 10, 12?
Over 13,000.
Over 13,000 people in the building today who came to see us. We've got, God knows, 100, 200, 300. I don't know how many people buy pay-per-view. I don't know this stuff. All those people buy those pay-per-views. They're here to watch us. That's what we're focused on. And I know that might not be like what you would assume is happening and what the talk is, but that's like the honest truth. We are just so committed and so focused on putting forth the best effort that we can. That's all that's on our mind. And that's like honest to God.
Definitely felt like the energy backstage today and at All In Texas was very much all focused on what everyone felt like was going to be a great event. And tonight, everybody came out. Thankfully, I felt like the vibe after was so positive about AEW and what we're doing here, and what a great show we had, what a great champion we have, what a great new women's world champion we have. And I really felt like tonight, this show was a celebration of this locker room.
Yeah.
Drew Dalby, Brock and Dalby Show, Rogers Sports and Media. Congratulations on the win today.
Thank you.
Previous question had mentioned that there are some pretty significant injuries near the top of the card, which does open the door for people like Kyle Fletcher to kind of step in there. You bested your opponent today, but I guess I was wondering, what words would you have for other members of the locker room who maybe find themselves where you were at that original All Out, looking at the top, seeing guys like Swerve and Omega and Osprey not around, and maybe having a path to come find you for that title?
Earn your way there and take your shot. Come to me, find me, take your shot. That's my word of advice. I told Kyle that I would put him down, and I did. And I think the most important thing, you know, I faced this 6 years ago. He is going to face it in the morning, is that feeling, you know, when you've given it everything that you have your shot, you gave it everything you had, and it's not enough. That will break you. I mean, it absolutely broke me. It made me ruin my friendships for people who tried to support me. It took me down such like a terrible path when you've given everything that you have and it's just not enough. It can strip all the confidence you have from you. And someone like Kyle Fletcher has confidence in spades. And I wonder what that will do to him. But he will have a decision, and anyone else who steps up to me and I manage to put away, they will face the same decision. You know, what do you do next? I hope in some respects that they don't do some of the things that I did. But in a lot of ways, I hope that they do a little bit, because I was able to kind of figure out, you know, who I was, and it was a long path and a long journey. And, you know, I made some regrettable decisions, and I've made plenty more since then. But I think ultimately, like, that is life, right? And I think, you know, art may imitate life, but what we do kind of just is life. And I would encourage anyone who steps up to me, and like Kyle tomorrow morning, to think long and hard about what you do next, you know, to keep your head down, to keep working, to keep grinding, keep focused on what you want to achieve, because someone like Kyle has all the talent in the world. And, you know, he's 26 years old. I think he will hold this championship one day. It's not today, and it's not tomorrow morning for him. And I hope he can remember that there are more days ahead. You know, there's still more time.
Hangman, congratulations on retaining the AEW Men's World Championship.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hangman.
Thank you. Nobody asked me about my plants. I'm surprised.
About your plants? Are they doing well?
My plants. Well, I just ordered probably 1 billion seeds. I'm about to. Everything.
I'll talk to you about plants. What do we got?
I got some Joe Pie weed. I got some milkweed. I think milkweed is one of the only flowers that monarch butterflies, like the black and orange ones, you think of, that they eat from. They you know, lay eggs on, stuff like that. So I've got a shit ton of that I'm about to sow.
This is a good time of season to start throwing these down, right?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get going probably right after Thanksgiving and sow them down and see what happens. I'm very excited about that too.
This feels like a Discovery. Channel special.
Seeds?
I want my special.
That
Love
could be
it.
good.
Love it.
Thank you guys so
might
much.
have to
you,
fight
Hangman.
Brian for that.
Thank you. Thank you, Hangman.